Hey guys, how's it going? CoderMan here. In today's video, I want to cover a topic that I'm emailed and messaged quite a bit, and that's how do you become a millionaire. Now, this is not some get-rich-quick thing. This is not some, buy my course, buy my book. I don't even have anything like that. So this is just my 5 tips on how to become a millionaire. Not time sensitive. You could be 15 years old or you could be 40 years old. It really doesn't matter. So here's my 5 tips on how to become a millionaire. The first one is to spend less than you make. Now this seems pretty obvious, but a lot of people really have problems with this, especially with credit. So you have a credit card, you go out and buy something, you pay it off at the end of the month. That's the ideal. What a lot of people end up doing is they end up carrying that credit for months, or excuse me, that debt for months, ends up having interest, and realistically, if you have any sort of high interest debt, you cannot become a millionaire. You just cannot even become financially successful in any way, shape, or form, because if you're making 5 to 7% on your interest in, say, a bank or a stock, you're probably spending 15 to 20 to 25% interest on your credit every month. The second one is to invest in yourself. Now, what I mean by this is books, courses, classes, school, business-related things. It just doesn't matter. If you're working for someone else, get tools and information to help you with your job. If you're building your own company or working on your own thing, then continue to elevate yourself, learn new things, try new things, just get better. Really, what it comes down to is if you have a little bit of money, if you just throw it in the bank or you throw it in a stock, you may gain some interest over time. But the reality is, if you increase your earnings, if you increase your salary, you're going to be much better off in the short term and in the long run. So number 3 kind of falls with number 1, and that's to not buy dumb things. So spend less than you make, but more importantly, just don't buy stupid things. Don't go on unnecessary trips. Don't furnish rooms in your house that aren't necessary. Don't buy a house bigger than you need to. Live at the level that you're comfortable with, that your family it's a necessity, and you'll be much better off. I'm not saying don't travel. I'm not saying don't buy cars. I'd be quite the hypocrite if I was saying don't ever spend money on anything when I have a toy car. I mean, it just kind of comes down to it. Spend the money on the things that you want, but you can't spend your money on everything, or you simply just won't have money. And number 4 kind of falls in line with number 3, and that's to not act rich. So what ends up happening is people will make a little bit of money, and I covered this in a previous video on, you get your first big project, and all of a sudden you run out and you start acting like the Joneses. The reality is that oftentimes when people show off that they, air quotes, have money, they truly don't. They actually are just living on debt, and I've seen this time and time again where people are in a state where they're trying to show off for their friends or their family, and if you actually are able to go behind the scenes and look, they're living, week to week, month to month. They have no savings to speak of, and really it just comes down to they're in a really bad place, but on Facebook, on Instagram, in front of them, they look really successful, they look really rich, and it's really not like that. So if you aren't rich, don't act rich. If you are rich, then, I don't know, go buy really cool stuff and spend lots of money on things that other people can't or won't. And the last one is actually the most important, but I left it at the end because it's kind of, each step, if you noticed, is building on. And the 5th one is to help people. So regardless if you work for somebody or you have your own business, build a product or build a service or provide a service that helps other people solve problems, makes them money, makes their lives easier, whatever it is. You can take example after example, whether it's Uber or Withings, which is the digital scale, or Facebook to some extent, Instagram, all these different platforms and tools. Look at how they help people make money and make better versions of themselves. So for instance, let's take MyFitnessPal, which is a great online website and mobile app to help with weight loss and fitness. It was bought by Under Armour because they saw a huge need where a lot of their customers are using this product, and that was built by a small company and they were acquired. So now they're off doing whatever they want. Or if you take Kayak, for instance, everybody else was building websites on how to find flights and travel information. They did it better. They became an aggregator. They don't create any they don't have any sort of flight information internally. They get it from everywhere else. They just aggregate, kind of like Google does with search. So if you provide value, if you help people, then you're going to end up creating value for other people, which will also realistically just create more money in your bank account, and it kind of grows from there. At the same time, if you help people with a service, they're more likely to work with you longer. And realistically, one of the biggest things for becoming a millionaire is to have cash flow. So you can make $10,000, $20,000 a month, in bursts from project to project. But if you have a service or something that you can provide consistently, and you end up creating, $15,000, $20,000 a month income consistently, then you're well on your way to become a millionaire. And the bonus tip for, so we have the 5, we have spend less than you make, invest in yourself, don't buy dumb things, don't act rich, help other people. And a bonus one is do not focus on becoming a millionaire. Now, what I mean by that is do not start a business, do not get into some venture, whether it's drop shipping or Bitcoin or starting your own software company or whatever it is. Don't do it for the sole purpose of making money, because you'll burn out and you'll hate your life. So definitely have a higher value, whether it's a short-term goal, a long-term goal, and in the end you'll be so much better off, and you'll hit that millionaire status at whatever age you want to be. Now, to be clear, I am not a millionaire by any stretch, and that's not why I'm creating this video to say, oh, look at me, I'm not. That's not the point. The point is that these 5 things will help you, or now 6 things will help you become a millionaire in whatever time you put in that effort. So hopefully you like this video. It's a little bit different than what I create. I am kind of guessing that I'm going to get some hate for them, and I'll probably get some dislikes. The reality is just the title alone will get people triggered. It's nothing I can do about it. If you're hearing me speak right now, then you've obviously watched the majority of this video, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all my followers and subscribers, people that are engaging with me. That's where this topic came from. So if you have any topics in mind, definitely leave a comment below. Like this video, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.